Hello and welcome to my channel, My Garden, My Passion. Today I thought I'll talk about this Cycas plant. The idea of talking about this plant came because I saw these new fronds coming up. They look so beautiful. They were like in a bud like form and they have unfurled now, and look at the beautiful green color fronds. So I thought I'll talk today about the care conditions for this plant. There are many species of cycas, but this one, which is mostly grown in the gardens and in landscaping, is the Cycas revoluta, and it is native to Japan. It is also commonly called as the sago palm. And interestingly, you would like to know why it is called as sago palm. It is because you can see the thick stem here. Of course, this is a smaller plant, so the stem has not grown. Otherwise, it becomes like a tree trunk, and it is from that the starch is extracted and sago is made. That is why it is called as the sago palm. So you can see how beautifully these new fronds have come up, and it is called palm, but it is not actually a palm. It is quite different from the palm family. It's only because these fronds look like those of palm trees, and that's why it is called as the sago palm. I have a few of these cycas since very long, and they are very slow growers, and that's why you see that the stem hasn't really grown a lot. It's almost at the ground level. I have them in huge pots, and if you would like to know in what position to keep them, you will notice that I have kept them in the shade of this huge champaka tree. It provides shade to most of my plants, and so this sago palm or the cycas is kept under this tree. So it is not directly in sunlight, nor is it directly in complete shade. So partial shade and partial sunlight with filtered sunlight is the best position. If you keep it in complete sunlight, the leaves may get burnt. So if you want to keep your plant, you should try to keep it in a partial shady plant and avoid the afternoon direct sunlight. Then coming to the watering of this plant, I water it on alternate days like many of my plants. Since I have many other plants, I cannot keep monitoring each plant or each species on how to water it. So mine is watered every alternate days, and they say that you should allow the surface of the pot to dry before watering it, because these are drought tolerant plants and will not tolerate soggy conditions or overwatering. And regarding humidity, again, since they are drought tolerant, they may not like much humidity, so normal air will do, but otherwise you should not keep them inside the house where there are AC vents and such things. I have all my plants outdoor. So I'm not a great fan of keeping plants indoor, though they say that you can keep this sago palm indoors too. So in summer you can spray these plants if you have very high temperatures. And regarding the soil mix, as with most plants, you will have to have a soil that is well draining, so that there is no waterlogging conditions. And I usually use a combination of 1/3 sand, 1/3 soil, and 1/3 of compost. And many people talk about fertilizing the plants. Here again, I do not specifically fertilize the plant, but as you would know, these plants are under the shade of these trees, and the champaka trees have just finished shedding their leaves. So there are a lot of leaves that are there in the pot as well as in the plants they are stuck up. So probably these itself will rot and form organic manure, because I do not take any other special fertilizers. And one more thing important is that to keep the plant looking neat and tidy, it is important to prune away the yellowing leaves. Here you can see a plant that has been probably affected by some insect, and I should be pruning away the leaves that do not look attractive. When it comes to propagation, young pups or suckers come at the base of the plant. Right now I don't have any, but a few years back I shared many pups and suckers with my friends. So if you have suckers, you can separate them and use them for propagating, and that may take a very long time. And cycas plants are such that the male plants are different from the female plants, and so seeds are formed. I am not too sure because they are not formed in my house, and they say that propagating from seeds can be a slow process. So you may buy a plant from the nursery. They may be a little expensive, but it's worth investing, and it's a beautiful plant and quite easy to care for also. Another thing about this plant is, since I am into floral arrangements, this cycas leaves form a base for bouquets. Though the leaves may be a little stiff, but for arrangements the stiff leaves look beautiful. But I avoid taking these leaves because since it's a slow grower, and I wouldn't like to waste the leaves on that. But you can use them in arrangements too. So I hope you like this video, and please watch out to my channel for more such videos.